Hola, hola, hola. Ori. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien. Eyeballs won't quit watering because I keep yawning. I've laid my other set of curtains somewhere and I can't figure out where I laid them. And I need to change some curtains out. I got some more cleaned up in here today. Hello, Miss Shirley. How are you, darling? Lord have mercy. Where's Miss Fancy at tonight? Did I miss something? Oh, my mercy, Mr. Viking Strong. Yellow. There's Vincy Lou Who. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop, whoop. Autumn's here. Yay. Frankie's here. Autumn, I cheated on my other book and I read some more of yours from Sunday. And then I had to go back and finish my other books. And then now I should finish it up tonight. And then I'll be able to start back on your other book tonight. Or tomorrow night. Yeah, something. The next day or two. Then I'll be able to do this one. And then did I see you're starting another series and it's a reverse harem? Shadow Thorn series. I got a weakness for some reverse harem. Yeah. So, what can I say? Can't quit yawning. Why does it always wait till now to start doing that? Oh, okay. Just trying to figure some things out. Went to go set up my new tablet today and figured out I forgot to order a screen protector for it. I don't even start using them if I can help it without a screen protector. So, yeah, I had to order a new screen protector. And then this is my old tablet. I'm going to give it to my baby girl. So, yeah, yes. Another minute. Make sure everybody gets here. Jackie, where you at? She'll be here. She's not. I'll just kick her tail. Oh, that is definitely for reverse harem. That's my favorite type of a reverse harem. Yeah, reverse harem is anytime there's more guys than girls. And if you can make it an MMF one, then that's even better. That just makes it hotter. Yeah. Have y'all seen the new Hallmark movie that's come? I think it's Hallmark. It's coming on Sunday night. Man, them guys, I want to be the cream middle of that sandwich. Whew. They look yummy, delicious, and they line dance on top of that. Mm. Whew. Mm-mm. 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 Ooh. Okay, we'll figure it out. Is it written yet? If not, you need to get with the boss lady on there and tell her to put you on the books, or one of the boss ladies. There's 2 or 3 of them. I don't know. All right. So tonight is Wicked Spirits by Miss Autumn M. Key. Those that listen Sunday will recognize her. This is book 2 in her series. That was the one that was the Apothecary Tea. And this is Parker, who is Drake's PA. Drake is an author, and his PA is Parker. So this is Parker's story. See, I told you. I've been reading it. So let's get this party on the road. And it's also paranormal. So just so you know, it's part of the Crescent Moon series. Chapter 1, Parker. I've been leaning against the tiled wall of my shower for a while. The cold water cascades down my body, easing my tired muscles after my workout. God, that would just, it just makes me cringe, a cold shower. A few hours at the gym used to realign my brain, but not lately. My emotions feel strange. During the past few months, something has changed. The life I have carved out for myself is perfect. I have a great job and a fantastic place to live, and I have nothing tying me down. You would think I would be happy. You would think. Something is off, though. I can't put my finger on it exactly, nor can I determine what brought all this on. I tell myself it's not slipping into my 30s because age has never really concerned me much. It's frustrating not knowing the source of this unease growing inside of me. It's not about the typical things everyone wants out of life. I don't need a relationship or love. I don't believe in true love anyway. I don't believe in fate. I don't believe in soulmates. I'm not sure if Drake and Ember challenge these beliefs or if they're an anomaly. I'm leaning toward the latter because Drake himself is an anomaly. Is an anomaly. See, I told you guys Jackie would be here. Hi, sister. I have been his personal assistant for a few years now, speaking of personal assistants, but I've come to think of him more like a brother than a boss. He and Ember have known each other for a little more than a week, and it's as if they've been together their entire lives. They've they have collided into an incredibly serious and emotional relationship. He even had me help move her out of her place and into his penthouse. Who am I to say if it will last? For both of their sakes, I hope it does. Some couples make it last, but that's not something I've witnessed. Since I was 12, I have seen my mother survive with a broken heart after my dad left us for something younger and hotter who doesn't compare to the woman my mom is. I don't know why my dad left. Maybe he got bored, got scared, or fell out of love. But I intend not to make the same mistake. I promised myself I will never be as emotionally invested in anyone as my mom was in my dad. She's never even dated anyone else. As a kid, I probably would have chased away any man who tried, but now I wish she weren't alone. I've dated a lot, had fun, and never had a relationship that lasted more than a few weeks. I'm not the marrying kind. So far, it's not been a problem because I've never loved anyone. Something always comes between us, and usually it's her desire to put a label on the relationship. Like I told Amber, the only woman who loves me is my mom, and she's the only woman I will ever love. Seriously, though, Drake and Amber make me doubt my own beliefs about a forever type thing. There's a 1 in a million chance, and now it's happened to someone I know. I'll never see it again. Doesn't mean I'm not jealous, though. Seeing them only shows me, after 31 years of living free and untethered, how fucking lonely I am. Why can't my mom have that 1 in a million love like Drake and Ember? Why can't we all? I turn off the water and step out of the shower. Earlier, I texted Drake, but I haven't heard from him. Since the night I picked up Drake and a distraught Ember, he hasn't responded to any of my texts. I thought I would check on him and see if he needed anything, since he is prone to writing for days without so much as a thought about food or real life. When no one answered the door, I used my key to open it. What I didn't expect was Ember hiding on the sofa. Her presence in the room was as much of a shock as her beauty. Her dark auburn hair and navy eyes make her striking, but seeing her in lingerie made it hard to look away. I spent all morning comforting her. Now the dark cloud that has been hanging over my head feels like a weight on my shoulders. Ember is feeling uneasy with life, made so much worse by the tragic death of her brother. In a strange way, I understand what she's feeling. I feel a sense of loss, but unlike her, I don't know what I've lost. I feel guilty for taking life for granted. Her brother's tragedy is a reminder that life can be gone in an instant. My heart sinks as I finish drying my hair and wrap the towel around my waist. If I died, Mom would be all alone. I can't even let myself imagine anything happening to her. She's all I have. I shake off the thought and walk into the kitchen. I grab a bottle of water from the fridge and chug half of it. Grabbing the remote, I sit on the sofa and switch on the television. My mind wanders. I don't really notice what's on, but the noise makes me feel less alone. That's also been bugging me lately. I feel so damn alone. Me, Parker Alexander Dean, is fucking lonely. You would think after all the women I've had in my bed, that would be the last thing I would be feeling. But this morning with Amber, I came face to face with something I really don't want to think about. When she talked about her feelings for Drake, it made my chest hurt. I'm not sure what I was feeling. Jealous? Lonely? It felt painful though. Hell, I didn't even think that kind of love existed, but I saw it in Ember's eyes. So, yeah, I actually believe that she and Drake, who have known each other for such a short time, found love at first sight. Drake is like a different person. He's changed from being a brooding recluse to immersing Amber in his life and desperately trying to take care of her. I let my head fall back and close my eyes. I think I've been feeling this way for longer than I'd like to admit. I haven't fucked anyone in shit. It's been 3 months. My dick is telling me that's my real problem. I need to get laid. I dismissed the thought because it's not the solution. I tried that a couple of weeks ago. The girl was all into me, and as we walked to her place, I had every intention of sleeping with her. I don't know what happened. When we got to her door, I couldn't go in. It almost made me feel sick. I let out a long breath and ran my fingers through my wet hair. I have no idea how to crawl out of my head. Lord, if anybody can figure that out, please tell me, because I need out of mine sometimes. As I get up to find some sweatpants, there's a knock at the door. I check to see who it is because I'm not expecting company. Surprisingly, it's Ember's friend Felicia. This could be a fun distraction. I tighten the towel around my waist and fling open the door. Hey, Felicia, right? Her mouth falls open as she looks from my face down my body. She's one of those girls who cares as much about the labels on her clothes as the prices. She's probably got more shoes than underwear and spends her time binge watching reality television. She's cute enough, though, with her thick dark hair and a braid down her back. She's a bit thin and flat chested for my taste, but she has nice legs. She must know this because she seems to have a fondness for short, tight skirts. She has lively brown eyes, and it's hard not to like that mouth painted with red lipstick. She quickly composes herself and smiles sweetly. You remembered. You're hard to forget. My flirting has her blushing. Making women blush is one of my favorite pastimes. Knowing I can affect them so much they can't control their heartbeat is a natural high. Well, that and making them come. I hope I'm not interrupting. I slide my hand across my chest, forcing her to look at my body again. I can see it starting to get to her. Not at all. I was just hanging out. What can I do for you? She laughs uncomfortably. I was wondering if you knew where Amber is. There's no answer at his place. You mean Drake? She grins. Drake, yeah. Not sure. They were both home when I was up there this morning. You saw them? I wasn't sure when she was flying home. Yep, Ember and I had breakfast together. Felicia frowns. Together? Where was Drake? We left him in bed. Felicia's eyes widen. I can see her wheels turning, and heaven help me, it's fun to watch her mind filter through all kinds of possibilities. I came home for a shower and a break, you know. I shrug and wink at her suggestively. She nods slowly as if she knows exactly what I mean. I'm enjoying letting her mind run away with it. Sorry, I don't know where they went or sorry, I don't know where they went or when they'll return. Have you tried texting Amber? Well, I didn't want to bug her. Parker, not Evan, Parker. Evan's the next book, sister. As if showing up on Drake's doorstep wouldn't bug Amber. I gather Felicia is lying about her intentions. She's here to see me, or should I say, happen to run into me. I will now, though. Her gaze falls below my waist. That's right, baby. I know you want to see what I've got behind this towel. As if on cue, she licks her lips. You want to come in? I can get dressed. Her eyes find mine again. What? No, I mean, I should go. I must have played with her too much. I've scared her off. Your choice. Good to see you. She smiles sweetly. And you, Parker. Her voice cracks and she clears her throat. I got a lot of throat clearing going on here. I'm sorry, y'all. It all drains down the back of my throat. Bye. Later. I flicked the door closed in her face. I laughed to myself. A few years ago, I would have let my towel fall and really given her an eyeful. Fuck. My back slams against the wall outside Drake's door, and I slide down to a crouch. My heart is racing, and I'm caught off guard by how intensely what I just witnessed is affecting me. Ember's flight leaves in a couple of hours, and we agreed that I would be here at noon. I arrived early, but I'm always early. Drake knows that. I filter back through my conversation with Drake last night, and I'm positive he said noon. I was going to take their luggage down to the garage, but I just walked in on Drake fucking Ember. Ember was propped on the back of the sofa, facing my direction, and Drake's back was to me. Her legs were around his. Okay, I got it. Her legs were around his hips. I couldn't keep my eyes from following her curvy legs up to her body. When she looked at me, I froze. I just fucking stood there and watched. I saw the way she reacted each time he thrust into her, the way her legs pulled him closer, her lips parting with each breath, and the way her eyelashes fluttered. It was provocative and arousing. I knew in the back of my mind that I should leave, but I was compelled to stay. Being in the room with him gave me a rush of pleasure. It wasn't until Drake spoke that my brain switched on. I got the fuck out of there, but I've only made it as far as the hallway, trying to catch my breath and come back to my senses. I can't help but imagine what they're doing now. Is he fucking her harder, faster? All the blood in my body rushes to my groin. I resist sliding my hand over my hard dick, but I want to. Man, if I had a dick, that's where my hand would be all the fucking time. I can hear her and him fucking. No one will know. Drake's apartment takes up the entire top floor. It's not as if someone will show up in the hallway. I sit on the floor with my knees up. Suddenly, I hear Ember scream, and cry out Drake's name. The sound makes my already hard cock throb. I close my eyes and allow my hand to slide over my cock. I haven't been this turned on in so long. What the hell am I doing? Sitting out here and getting off on the sounds of their fucking? I can't do this. I sprint to the elevator and jam my finger on the down button over and over. When it finally opens, I step in and smack my palm on the button for my floor. I don't even turn around until the door opens. What the fuck? It's not like I haven't seen two people fucking before. Well, not up close like that in the same room from a few feet away. When I make it through my front door, I lean back against it. I squeeze my eyes shut, but all I see is the look on Ember's face. She was beautiful, pure ecstasy. Tell Parker who you belong to. Drake was all caveman and shit, laying claim to her as if he knew what I was thinking. He couldn't possibly know that I was thinking about her. How could I not? The way her sweater and skirt were pushed up, the black thigh high stockings, and those fuck me shoes, my cock jerked when she moaned, low and sexy. I growl at myself for thinking about Amber, for fuck, for wanting her, but I'm pulling my cock through my jeans. It aches, and I don't remember the last time I was this hard. I feel like a damn teenage boy who's gotten a hard on in the middle of class, but it feels good. Too good. It's just wrong. I head straight for my bedroom, throw open the drawer of the bedside table, and grab the half empty pack of Lucky Strikes and the lighter that I keep stashed in the back. It had to be the tension in the room. That and the fact I haven't had any pussy in months. Holy fuck. What is going on between those two? And what in the actual fuck is going on with me right now? The surge of adrenaline is making my hand shake, so I slide onto the edge of my bed, clutching the cigarettes, and push my hand through my hair. I can't stay here. They're expecting me to be waiting on them in the garage. I just need a moment to calm down and collect my thoughts. Leaning over, I hold my face in my hands and catch my breath. Hell, Drake's right. Ember was stunning. Pure, unadulterated sex. I shake my head, trying to unsee the way her full lips were parted, the pink in her cheeks and her heavy eyelashes, the curve of her breast, and the way her fingers hung from her shoulders. I can't keep the images at bay. No, no, I scold myself. That's Ember. I can't, I won't. Fuck this. I get up and let all my emotions shift into anger as I pace the floor. It's the only emotion that won't get me in trouble because I refuse to let myself think about Amber like that. I can't help it though. Stop, I command my brain. My dick isn't listening though. No, he's still hard as steel. And as much as I'm trying to think of puppies and baseball, he ain't backing down. I don't really have time to rub off one. What the hell am I thinking? I can't jack off thinking about Amber. I'm pretty sure I'm losing my damn mind. I storm across the floor and out of my apartment, cursing as I make my way to the elevator. I snag a cigarette out of the pack and roll the filter across my bottom lip before leaving it perched there. All the way to the garage, images of Amber's legs and those fucking high heels bombard my thoughts. I lean against the door of the SUV and flip open my lighter with a shaky hand. I shove the pack in my pocket and light up. I make that first drag long and breathe it in deeply, followed quickly by the second. Fuck, that feels good. I let my head fall back against the window and blow it out. I shouldn't smoke. I've only cheated once in the last 8 years, and that was only a couple of months after I quit cold turkey. When I take another drag, I realize I don't give a fuck. The nicotine begins to hit my system, and I already feel calmer. I'm 3 cigarettes in and have managed to name the states in alphabetical order up to Utah when I hear footsteps approaching. I flick the cigarette butt down on the pavement and twist it under my shoe. Before I walk around the back of the SUV, I exhale as much of the smoke as possible. Their luggage is sitting there, so I open the hatch and load it in the back. I manage to keep my focus and avoid looking at Amber sitting in the seat. As I close the hatch, Drake approaches behind me. I take a breath and pause, hoping he won't say anything before we leave. I just want to pretend nothing happened. When I walk around to the side of the SUV, he's waiting on me. I'm not sure if he's waiting for me to say something, but sorry seems insufficient, so I keep my mouth shut. When I reach to open the door, he grabs my wrist. Don't ever walk into my apartment when Amber is there with me. All my efforts not to think about what I saw proved pointless. Like a movie on fast forward, I recall everything I witnessed, and all the feelings I've been trying to smoke away flood back. Even my heart starts to thud faster. But then everything skips around in my mind like a needle bouncing on a record with a deep scratch. The images in my head twist and scatter. I feel a little dizzy for a few moments, so I close my eyes. I'm not sure what's wrong with me. I find myself grasping for the images I saw, but they're fractured. I force my eyes open, and Drake's still staring intently at me. You can take my key, Drake. It won't happen again. I promise. And I mean it. Drake lets go of my wrist and glances away. What the fuck? I had every intention of killing you or at least kicking your ass. I breathe a sigh of relief. I had no idea what I was walking into. I'm sorry. I'm just not used to having, I'm just not used to you having company. Drake blows out a heavy breath and looks down at my feet. What's with the cigarettes? How does he always manage to say the one thing I don't want him to say? You have to ask? His eyes cut to me and he furrows his brow. He leans in to me and growls, She's mine. Don't ever look at her as anything other than a sister. Do you understand? I don't know how he knows, but he does. Fuck, I know, man. I don't. I won't. This right here is the Drake I don't often see. Moody, daunting, intimidating, and currently more pissed at me than he's ever been. I wonder if our friendship has just taken a hit. It took forever for him to trust me, and regardless of what I thought about Ember, I would never want to jeopardize our friendship. His stare pins me, but I don't look away. He has to know I'm sincerely regretful. Then the air suddenly changes. Drake steps back, and I can see the tension leave his body. He leans against the SUV, and everything feels relaxed between us. Oh, you need to get the one from Sunday first. Then you need to get this one. Girls, fill her in. I'm going with her, he says easily as if we were sitting on my sofa chatting. I know this, but then I realize what he's saying. Now? Yes. I'm glad he's going to be with Ember. Then I guess we should get going. I'm hardly prepared to leave today, so I'm going to need you to take care of some things for me in the next 24 hours. I may need to bring some clothes. I may need you to bring some clothes with you tomorrow. I can still come? I had already given up on that happening. Why wouldn't you? Did he suddenly suffer amnesia? I assumed you wouldn't let me. Drake's hands. Drake's hand lands on my shoulder. No, she needs your friendship and support. As long as you keep it to that, we have no issues. Yeah, of course. We're behind schedule, so I'm leaving it to you to get us there in plenty of time. I need to see to a few things while she's claiming Evan's ashes. Just let me know what I can do. Drake opens the door and climbs in the SUV, and just like that, all seems to be forgotten and forgiven. I still feel like shit, so I turn up the radio and hope I can drive them to the airport without having to talk. After I park in the unloading zone, Drake gets out. I glance in the rear view, and Ember is staring out the window. Regret washes over me. I turn and look back at her. I apologize for walking in without knocking. Ember blushes and looks down at her hands. I don't know what to say, Parker. You don't have to say anything. That's twice I've barged in, and it was very disrespectful on my part. She glances up and gives me a shy smile. It was an honest mistake. I didn't see anything. At least I don't remember seeing anything. Drake opens her door to help her out, ending our conversation. I get out their luggage, but neither of them acknowledges me. They are back in their little bubble, that little bubble of theirs. It's a relief because I feel like shit about what happened. Have a safe trip. Ember throws her arms around my neck and hugs me tightly. Thank you for everything. Instantly, I hate myself for thinking about her like I did. This is Ember, not some random chick. Carefully, I place my hands on her back. No need to thank me. Take care of yourself, Spark. With the sound of her nickname, she gives me a final squeeze before letting me go and leaving with Drake. When I get back to the SUV, I take a moment and pull myself together. As I pull away from the curb, I think through the last hour's events. My brain has finally made the connection between what I saw and who I saw because I can't seem to remember seeing Ember's body. My dick seems to remember, though. At least I'm alone. Alone. I really wish I weren't alone, even more so tonight. I changed the station and turned up the volume. I'm going to go out tonight and get rid of this tension. I've been too keyed up lately, and that has to be the reason I've reacted the way I did. The sex deprivation has left me like a grenade with the pin pulled, waiting to explode. Vine is not dead. I'm surprised how many people are actually here. I overheard a table of girls discussing winter break, so that explains all the drunk girls on the dance floor. I have been hanging out at the bar since I arrived. I'm not in the mood to play up to the drunk college girls and have to yell just to talk to them over the loud music. It's not midnight yet, so I'm holding out a bit longer for someone other than a college student to walk through the doors. The bartender is hot as hell, but I've not been able to land that plane. She always shuts me down. I'm sure she gets hit on often, so none of us assholes would be so lucky as to take her to the back room. Turning toward the dance floor, I scan the room. I look at the girls one by one, and there is always something. Too young, too drunk, too high, too damn annoying, too shy. Maybe shy would work in my favor. Then my eye catches a cute little brunette nursing a cocktail on the mezzanine. She's at a table full of girls, and she's the only one not talking. Her eyes are wide, and she looks tense. Maybe we could work out each other's tension. Catching the bartender's attention, I pay my tab. Parker! Parker! When I look toward the sound of my name, I regret it instantly. The first book is called Apothecary Tea, and they're both by Miss Autumn M. Key. Funny running into you here. Funny running into you here. Hey, Felicia. I managed to turn on the charm despite my mood. Suzanne, this is Parker. Parker, Suzanne, we're celebrating our last night before leaving for Christmas break. Suzanne smiles really big, too big. It's that smile drunk girls give you when they want you to know they're up for anything. A big fat open for business sign. Hi. Felicia's hand lands on my chest. Where are you headed? To the mezzanine, to that circle over there. Come dance with us, Suzanne begs. You must, Felicia coos. Ladies, I appreciate the invite, but I was about to meet up with someone. Felicia whips around and scans the room. Who? Did you come alone? Thanks for reminding me. It's not about who you come with, it's about who you leave with. You should know that, Felicia. I take a step forward, but she blocks me and presses her body against mine. You could leave with me. We could go to your place. Glancing at Suzanne, I hold up my drink. Leaning toward Felicia's ear, I tell her, not sure your friend, Susie, would make it home. Felicia looks me in the eyes, and I know what she's thinking. She turns her body into mine and whispers, I will, though. I smile and pinch her cheek. You're You're adorable, Felicia, but you should know that your friend gets home safe. You should see that your friend gets home safe. She looks at the girl as if she wishes she would disappear. Now, if you ladies will excuse me, this time I managed to walk between them and make my way to the mezzanine. It takes me a minute to locate the table of girls I spotted earlier. A couple of girls are gone, but the shy brunette is still there. Only now she's engrossed in texting on her phone. From this distance, she looks much younger. I'm not sure she's actually 21. She probably got in with a fake ID. I don't want to be here anymore. Running into Felicia put a damper on any hopes I had of getting laid tonight. I finished my drink and walked back to my apartment. I hate to admit it, but tonight it feels nice to be alone. Maybe getting laid isn't the answer. Hell, I don't even know anymore. Thank you, Autumn. I am glad. Oh, and she's got another series. It's a reverse harem that's MMF. So you can tell them all about it, Autumn. I'm glad to get home and have my shoes off halfway to my bedroom. I toss my shirt on the floor and unzip my jeans. The sweatpants next to the bed probably aren't too dirty, so I pull them on and go back to the kitchen for a beer. There's not shit on TV, and I'm in no mood for video games. Sometimes you have to take matters into your own hands, so I switch on some porn. Propping my feet up on the table, I take a swig of my beer. I don't know what's up with me lately, but I hope whatever it is works itself out soon. I want to say I miss my normal life, but I'm not sure I can honestly say that. Best not to think about it. Maybe getting out of town for a few days will set my world back on its axis. I ignore the thought in the back of my mind that I want something more than one night stands and sex with girls I can't name. I promised myself I was always going to do whatever I wanted. It never occurred to me that would change. Several beers later, the movie is finally getting to the good part. I have the volume turned down because the music is ridiculously horrible. Instead, I've been listening to Rage Against the Machine. I'm a little drunk and have my hand down my pants, stroking my cock. The euphoria begins to settle in, and that's all I want, to feel good for a little while. There's a knock on my door. It's after 2 a.m. Who the hell could that be? Whoever it is, they aren't leaving despite the fact that I'm ignoring the incessant knocking. Fucking hell, I can't even jerk off in peace. Setting my beer down and pulling up my pants, I lumber to the door. First mistake was getting up to answer the door. Second mistake is not looking to see who it is before I open the door. Instead, I swing it open and leaning against it with my arm above my head. Felicia. Hey, Parker. Fuck. I hate the way she says my name. She pops the P and then draws out the R. Parker. It grates my nerves. What are you doing here? She walks right past me into my apartment. You were right about Suzanne, so I took her home. She passed out immediately. I flicked the door closed and turned around. Felicia is scanning my apartment. I don't know what the hell she's looking for, probably making sure I'm alone. Does explain why you're here. She turns and smiles sweetly at me. My cock is not amused by her or the interruption. I walk past her and go back to my seat on the sofa. You left the club so early? I wanted to make sure you were okay. Thought you were meeting someone. I grabbed my beer and propped my feet up. I changed my mind. Great. She's one of those stalker types. I should have guessed when she showed up at my door the first time. Well, she's not getting my charming side tonight. I'm not in the mood. She slides next to me and sits with her hands under her thighs. She shamelessly she's shamelessly looking over my body. What you watching? I don't miss the look on her face when she sees two girls eating each other's pussies on the screen. Porn. Felicia gasps a little. I can't help but feel amusement at her wide eyed stare at the television. I really hope it scares her off. I decide to push it a little further and really freak her out, so I shove my hand back in my pants. This is the best part, but I can't decide which I would fuck first, the blonde or the other blonde. Felicia's head whips around. She looks down and her mouth clamps shut. Are you drunk? Absolutely. I raise my beer and take a drink. Just when I think being a prick is working, something shifts. Felicia relaxes and leans back, making herself comfortable. Fuck. Now I'm stuck with her here and my hand around my dick. Unfortunately, he doesn't care as long as he's getting some attention. I try to focus on the movie, but not enough to get aroused. Talk about being between a rock and a hard place. The minutes creep by and my mind feels hazy and tired. I'm so focused on trying to balance between being an asshole but not being a complete pervert that I don't notice Felicia has moved to the floor. She slides her hands at my thighs and it jolts me back to reality. Need some help with that? She's turned on the seduction, but it's like she's trying too hard. It's almost amusing. No, sad. I'm good, actually. Focus on the screen, don't look at her. I can't help but close my eyes when I feel her gently massage my balls in one hand while the other caresses the hand around my cock. I'm sure I've got something that would feel better than your hand. Shit, there is no way in hell I'm letting this happen. Felicia, I think you should go home. I force my eyes open. She's giving me bedroom eyes, and her lips are pouty. My brain may not be on board, but when her fingers brush the head of my cock, my body couldn't give two fucks what my brain wants. Felicia, don't. Why not? You're so hard, and I can make you feel good. Her hand coaxes mine to let go. When she wraps her fingers around me, I let my head fall back. No, I really don't want this, but it feels good having a woman's hand around me. I can let her stroke me for a few minutes. Felicia. That's when I feel her mouth warm and wet on the head of my cock. Fucking hell. Yeah, just a few minutes. I'm allowed that, right? The harder I try to think, the dizzier I feel. You should go. I'm not going to sleep with you, Felicia. I look down at her. There, I said it, so she can leave now. Instead, she smiles at me as if I have a challenge, as if I've challenged her. Your cock is huge, Parker. Damn right it is. That's right. Stroke my ego too. She starts licking me like an ice cream cone. I let my I let her pull my sweatpants down because so help me, it feels too good. Just once. Honey, I've read pure porn. I've read stuff that don't even have a plot to it. It's just sex. They don't care. These horny bitches are just that. They're just horny bitches. They just want the sex. Um just once. I'm leaving town tomorrow. I never have to see her again. But she's Amber's friend. I try to argue with myself, but the more her tongue licks my dick, the less I care who the fuck she is. What are you going to do, Parker? The right thing or what feels good? I stare at the women fucking each other on the screen, letting myself feel a little lost. Felicia's hair brushes against my skin. She has one hand on my cock now, squeezing while she licks the head. I promised myself I would always do what I want, and right now I want to feel a mouth on my dick. I scoot forward and grasp the hair at the back of her head. Come on, honey, suck it. I think I see a smile flicker on her face before I push her down on my cock. My head falls back as I sink into her throat. All she is to me in this moment is a warm, wet mouth. That's all that matters anyway. I need this, and she came to me. I can do anything I want, always have, and always will. Grasping her head, I raise my hips and fuck her willing mouth. Her hands are now gripping my thighs, and the sting of her nails sinking in only drives me harder. I got her down further until she gags. Fuck, that gets me off. This what you wanted, Felicia? She gags again and slaps my thigh with one hand, so I ease back. She hums in protest. You can still leave, I tell her. The next time she gags, I release my hold on her and her mouth slides off me. The look on her face is less than pleased. You don't know what you're getting yourself into, did you? You didn't know what you were getting yourself into, did you? She takes a deep breath but strokes my throbbing cock with her hand. Maybe not, but that doesn't mean you can get rid of me so easily. Felicia sucks me back into her mouth and I hiss as I take a sharp breath. I push my hands back into her hair and let her have control. She teases me for a bit, licking and nipping at my shaft. Eventually, she starts sucking my dick with a quick rhythm. It's shallow, but some girls simply can't handle my size, so I take what I can get. I'm not a complete asshole. I keep my eyes on the movie so I can forget who's between my knees. She can't suck me for long before she's pulling away and teasing me again. Still, the pressure is building and there's no turning back now. When I'm done with the teasing, I stand, grab the back of her head, and thrust myself into her waiting mouth. At times, I can't help pushing in deep and gagging her. It's not on purpose. It's the draw to feel more, to be fully inside her mouth. I manage to pull back and thrust quick and shallow. The girls on the screen are finger fucking and sucking each other's tits. Fuck, that's hot as hell. I lose my rhythm and thrust deeper. It only takes a couple of times before my cock jerks and I come down her throat. All the details from earlier today rush out of my body with the release I needed so badly. Just as I start to enjoy the feeling, she pulls away, holding her hand over her mouth. She makes a horrible gagging sound as my cum runs down her chin. Well, fuck, that ruins the mood. She looks at me with wide eyes. I point down the hall. It's on the right. It's on the right. She runs to the bathroom. I pull up my pants and collapse on the sofa. I stare mindlessly at the television and suddenly feel disgust at the women still fucking. Truthfully, I'm disgusted with myself. I turn it off and the room goes dark. Felicia stumbles out of the bathroom. Sorry, you're just so big and it's fine. I don't want to hear it. She didn't enjoy it and neither did I. She sits down and cuddles close to me. We can go to your room if you want. I don't. I'm glad it's dark in the room so I can't see her face. Okay, well, we can stay in here. Go home, Felicia. Why? We're just starting to have some fun. I'm sickened by how hard she's pushing. She's not even adult enough to admit this feels all wrong. Please go. It's late and I want to crash. She inches her hand across my chest. I don't mind if you want to sleep for a while. I get up and open the door. Felicia, go home. I don't want you to stay. You shouldn't have come over. Well, I would have called, but I don't have your number. Is she for real right now? Shit, I have royally fucked up. I sigh and lean against the door. I never want to hurt a girl's feelings, but I'm beginning to think that's the only way she's going to get the hint. Look, it was fun, but I have to get up early tomorrow. Please go so I can get some sleep. She stands up and straightens her skirt before pulling on her coat. I don't recall the last time a girl left my apartment unsatisfied. Never. I'll never let that happen. I always try to give as good as I get, if not better. But if I take things any further, Felicia's going to latch onto me. This was a moment of stupidity on my part. She stops next to me in the doorway. At least give me your number. When we get back, we can hook up again. She's exhausting. I can get your number from Ember. She seems a bit put off. Oh, I can get your number from Ember. She seems a bit put off, but she decides to take it. All right, Parker. She kisses me on the cheek. I had a good time. Yeah, I agree hesitantly. Merry Christmas, she says as she walks out. Not only do I close the door quickly, but I can't lock it fast enough. Fuck, Parker, what the fuck have you done? I grumbled to myself. This is exactly the kind of shit I'm done with. None of it feels good anymore. No blowjob is worth feeling like utter shit as soon as it's over. Fuck. I hope she doesn't tell Ember. I know better than to fuck around with friends of friends. It will be a cold day in hell before I ever call Felicia. That's it. Chapter 2 starts Portia, which is the girl figure in the show. So I think Nina didn't give out all the information, and Jackie's done bought all of it, and Vincey's still trying to figure characters out, and Shirley's just enjoying the show, and Ori's up there playing with her toys. Autumn, thank you for the entertainment. It is such a pleasure to have you here. Oh my gosh, you guys are crazy. Oh my goodness. If you ever see Autumn's name on the list, just know that you got to have the hot flash kits out ready. Okay, girls? Hot flash kits have got to be there. So, all right, tomorrow night is Miss Carly Davis, Bed of Roses. And I need to see if I got that sent or what's going on, Miss Nina. All right, everybody. It is time for me to go to bed because, as you can see, these eyelids just keep drooping. I mean, they're fat anyway, and they're old, but they're starting to droop close. See, I can look at you and be asleep. Autumn, you are such a hoot. Thank you so much. I am so glad we met up with you. This has just made our girls' nights even better. All right, everybody. Have a good evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Happy reading. Oh, it's also free on KU, Ori. Happy reading.